G'day guys, it's No Duff here again today, and welcome back to another video in this series. In the last video we talked about preparing yourself for final assessments, and in this video we're going to cover off on your basic training. As I've said before, this will be more orientated towards the Australian regular army. However, I'm sure most of these points will be applicable to other corps, service or other nations' forces. For those who don't know, Australian Army basic training is conducted at the 1st Recruit Training Battalion, located at Kapooka near Wagga Wagga, New South Wales. Kapooka has also been known to be called Pookie, Camp Pookie or Camp Krusty. Before you leave, there's some things you definitely need to pack. Make sure you bring plenty of toiletries. I'm not talking about bags and bags here, just more than what you would normally go through in about a month. You can purchase toiletries on the barracks while you're there, but it's at an inflated price, so I'm trying to save you a bit of coin here. Also, make sure you bring baby wipes. About one pack of 80 should be suffice for the meantime, as they're super handy for removing camp cream, and if no one else in your platoon brought some, they're going to love you. Another thing that would be helpful to learn before leaving is your phonetic alphabet, as in Lima, Echo, Alpha, Romeo, November, and your 24 hours times as well, so as in 0600, 1800, 2200, etc. The day has finally come where you're about to stand in front of your family and be sworn in as an official member of the Australian Defence Force. Little do you know just how much your life is going to change. And you might not be able to see it, but this will most likely be the last time your family and friends see you until you're a fully trained soldier, sailor or airman. And they will see a massive difference. You're going to be standing taller, you're going to be more confident, and you're going to look proud. You should feel more confident and excited than scared and anxious, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be scared and anxious. You've had plenty of time to prepare, so there's no more time to train on your own now. All your training is as a platoon or section. So like I said, use the time while you've got it to get your fitness up to a high standard. It can be an emotional day leaving and many tears will flow. You will see people starting to regret their decision, but you need to stand strong and remind yourself of your why you signed that dotted line. Why everything in the end is going to be worth it. When you're on the bus, train, plane, whatever it is you're on, try and get to know some people, as they'll most likely be in your platoon when you get to basic training. So make friends now while you can before you get there. I'm not saying you can't make friends when you're there, it's just a lot easier to break the ice now. When you get there, it'll most likely be a massive culture shock to you, especially if you're young. You'll be forced to do things you probably didn't even think you could ever do. You'll be yelled at when you're too slow and you'll have to stand there and just accept it. You'll be told to do things you don't think are necessary and just a waste of time. But all this is resetting your civilian mindset to a military mindset. We need you to function the same as the rest of the team if you want that team to work. So just remember, when the going gets tough, you join the army didn't join you. Remember what I said before about remembering the why? You'll have to pull on this from time and time again when you're in difficult times in Kapooka. When it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're sitting on gun picket in the freezing wind and rain, being still and quiet. You'll ask yourself, is this worth it? Is freezing my balls off in the middle of the night worth why I joined? And that's something you'll have to answer for yourself. Which leads me on to my next point. Be a team player. In the army, if you're not a team player, you're known to be a jack. Remember, the team comes first. Do what you can for your mate and they'll do the same for you. When you see your mate struggling, offer them help where you can. Whether that be helping them iron their uniform, make their bed, or more commonly, when they're contemplating pulling the pin and leaving, give them that talk that they need and help them out. You and your platoon will consistently be out of your comfort zone. Some people will find areas a breeze, whilst others will find those same areas extremely difficult. Help each other out. You're all one big team now. I know it seems easy at the moment, but I guarantee you, you'll see the difficulty in trying to organize how to make a bed, in what order, under pressure, and under time, with people you only met yesterday. Trust me, work together. You will train harder than you ever have before. You will have extremely long days. You'll be scrubbing floors at 6 o'clock in the morning and polishing brass at 10 o'clock at night. So I've got a couple of points here that will make your life just that little bit easier. Learn to eat quick. You're given a certain amount of time to eat, but that time will also include your travel to and from and lining up waiting for food. Learn to shovel that food into your gob. Or work as a team. At breakfast, you line up for the bacon and eggs, whilst your mate goes and makes a toast and brew for the both of you. And then you can both meet at the table at the same time. If you're allowed to, always bring muesli bars back to the lines, and not just for yourself either. Bring a handful. Look after the team. Get used to last name basis. This is a big culture shock for some. You can't just walk around calling people Jack and Jill. You'll address everyone by their rank and surname, so get used to that. Learn the difference between a corporal and a bombardier. They are the same rank, but different. Bombardiers have a hat badge that looks like this, whilst any other hat badge indicates they're a corporal. There are such things as stupid questions at Kapooka. No, you cannot have your phone to check your Facebook. Always move with a sense of urgency, and I mean move as fast as you can without running. Don't be seen dawdling around. Get used to a voice like this, because you're gonna hear this voice every once in a while, and you're not gonna understand a single word they say. No one cares you were a cadet. Help your mates out with the skills you know that they don't, But don't let being a cadet get to your head while you're there. Try to be a grey man, meaning don't stand out like dog's balls for bad things, and don't stand out like dog's balls for good things. Be hidden in the middle ground with the majority. Don't hide big injuries. If you roll an ankle or something and it's relatively swollen, get it seen to, but make an honest assessment. If it's not that bad and you can manage, keep going. Because if it's bad, that leads to my next point. Try not to get back squatted. This is one of the worst things that can happen to you while you're at Kapooka. It usually happens when someone is injured that badly that they get back squatted into Digger James' platoon or DJ's platoon. DJ's is a rehab center where they get you back to fighting fit, so it's not that bad. However, this means that you will not continue with your original course and you'll effectively be on pause whilst everyone else advances through, making you rejoin with another course with people you haven't met once you're rehabilitated. Always go to church if you get the chance. Even if you're not religious, you will get to use your phone and there is chocolate you can buy. Keep your shit locked and squared away. Don't leave your locker unsecure. If you see one of your mates leave their stuff open, tell them to lock that shit. There is no drain plug at the bottom of the bear pit. Lastly, don't be an idiot when you get given the chance to go out into town for the day. Wagga knows you're in the army and they don't really care. They're happy to see you, but don't try and brag to chicks about how cool you are. They will probably laugh at you and walk away. Like, seriously, just act normal and please do not march in step. But at the end of it all, you'll finish your training and you'll officially be a soldier in the Australian Army. You'll see your family, they'll be amazed at what you've grown into. But your transformation has only just begun. The next stage of your development is your employment training. So keep an eye out for the next video, guys. Cheers.